Hey, welcome. Doing a little kuksa carving today. Thought I was gonna just kind of get started on this project. It's getting close to the end of the day, so it'll probably get dark here in a minute. The mosquitoes are back. Well, welcome. Happy to have you here. Oh, shoot. Wiped you guys out. Well, you guy. One of you. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're just doing a little bit of carving. All I'm doing right now is I'm trying to flatten each side of this so it'll sit flat while I do the rest of my carving. Using this tool called a nata. It's like a kind of like a Japanese, it's like a cross between a sword and an axe, or knife and an axe, rather. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to carve a bowl right here. What a kuksa is it's like a little, it's like somewhere between a bowl and a cup. And it, you wear it on your belt when you're out in the woods and stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to tilt you guys down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm working on. Gotta readjust you after that fall. But what I'm going to do to carve that bowl, hey, welcome everyone. What I'm going to do to start the bowl is I'm going to use this tool called an adze. And I'm just going to kind of come in different angles, doing this a little speedier than I normally would. Usually I'd sit and talk to you guys for a bit, but it's going to be dark in like 15 minutes. I just thought I'd squeeze in a little bit of a live stream. Is that too loud for you guys? Oh. Hey, Ed Hecker. Welcome. Is that shaking you guys too much? I can move you back a little bit further. I don't want the bowl area to be too big, or else it'll just be a bowl instead of being a doubling as a bowl and a cup. I really love this tool. I mean, like you can already see, I'm getting a pretty good bowl in there. Making this this kuksa. Making this kuksa. I got traded a coyote pelt that I'm going to make into a pack. So I'm going to be trading this for it. Got to adjust you guys a little bit. There we go. Welcome everyone. I'm looking into getting like a first-person view camera to make this maybe a little more entertaining for you guys, because like a lot of times I have to kind of have it facing towards me when I'm doing stuff like this to really see what I'm doing. I really love this tool. This one's made by Beavercraft. These things are pretty inexpensive. You need safety glasses. I'll be okay. I probably do. You're probably right, but it's gonna get dark here like really quick. So time is of the essence. Oh, my eye! No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I should get some safety glasses, but they're all the way inside, and I'm just trying to squeeze this out pretty quick. I appreciate the concerns, though. I think the size we're going to shoot for, because I'm just completely freehanding this, I'm not drawing out a design or anything. I think we're going to go for a good fist size. I think that's what we're going to go for. I'll be okay. Say famous last words, yeah. Hey, Zero Agenda, welcome. Cut down a black walnut tree several years ago and gave it away. Oh, black walnut is by far some of my favorite wood to work with. Almost every single one of my knife handles is made from walnut. I was gifted some walnut a couple years back by my parents. Some really good antique stuff. I'm gonna move this stuff, it's rattling a lot. Ooh. I think that'll be better. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, cool. This is a really cool tool. Yeah, no, these things are awesome. I'm actually going to make a portable version of one of these. I'm going to try to cut off the tang end of a farrier's rasp, curve it with this, or curve it like this. I actually just got at an auction today some pieces of pipe. I'm going to try. Oh, there's a big mud dauber nest in there. I got a piece of pipe that I'm going to try to cut in half so I can use to get this shape. Use that farrier's rasp for that, harden it, and make it to where I can like put it on a wooden handle, and all I have to do is put the tang in there and then shove a wedge from the back end and it'll hold it in place. What are you making tonight? I am making a kuksa. I love me some kuksas. But yeah, this one's for a trade, for a coyote pelt. I happen to have this beautiful oak. I think we're going to have to make this hole a little bit bigger. I think I'm actually going to flatten it out a little bit so I don't have to sacrifice too much later on from the sides. I always do this. We'll kind of see. It'll kind of take on a curve. Like you'll see that it like curves in like this. So they all have that. So I'm going to try to go deeper and bigger than I usually do with these. And try to go a little bit bigger than I normally do, just to compensate for that. I mean, I kind of like the way that looks though, but in reality, it makes for a worse drinking vessel. Now mine that I usually use, which I should probably just go grab. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to shake you guys around like that. But the one I usually use is it's got like those curves on the side where it kind of curves up like that, and I've made it to where it matches my mouth perfectly, so it's not a big deal. We're getting there. Getting a decent little hole. 69 people watching. Nice. How long have you been doing woodwork? I know you already answered that, but I didn't hear. Gosh. I mean, okay, so I made my first like walking stick with like engravings. I was probably just out of middle school. I had this really cool pine walking stick that I was really like obsessed with ancient Egypt as a kid. And I carved like Anubis's head and like some other stuff in there that looked cool, as the crook and flail symbols from ancient Egypt. I carved those in. So I mean, if you count that, like, I've been doing woodwork since middle school, but like big boy woodwork where I'm actually like making something cool and fabricating stuff from the beginning, probably I would say, man, that's hard, because it's like I've kind of done stuff like that for a long time. I'd say probably 10 years, honestly. Right around the time I started blacksmithing and doing the bushcraft survival thing, they all kind of came up around the same time. Yeah, we're gonna roughly chop this out, get that bowl carved, and then we're gonna go ahead and start carving the outside. What kind of autism is this? The kind where you get really expensive hobbies and bounce back and forth between learning skills, and let the skills consume your life for like a year or two at a time. Whatever kind of autism that is. Regular autism. Making cereal bowls, chat. Cereal bowls. It's a kuksa. It's like somewhere between a cup. I'm just gonna go grab one. It's a little bit easier to explain. I'll be right back. Here, while I'm gone, look at this cool anvil I got at an auction today. Ooh, that's the entertainment anvil. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Welcome back. Oh man, I lost like 25 people since I've been gone. Anyway, this is a kuksa. This is a little thing you use to, you slip this under your belt, you can carry it around. I use it as a bowl, as a cup. I was grabbing some candles, get a little mood lighting in. Because it's, I would pick the only lighter that doesn't work that I own. Cool. Let me see. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I really like it. Yeah. This was my first one. It's carved out of sycamore. I was really lucky it didn't break. Them damn anvils are pricey. Yeah, no joke. I'm pretty sure this one's just made out of a random chunk of steel, but I picked it up for 35 bucks. I'm super pumped about this. I'm gonna make this one, I'm gonna clean it up, and I'm gonna use it for silversmithing, because I've got my big anvil right over yonder, and it's good enough. I do, you know, the knife working and blacksmithing and stuff, but yeah, no, it's a good price. I'm pretty sure the dude made it, who he passed away, and his kids were selling all of his stuff. It's just kind of how auctions go in this area. You'll get a guy who fills up a barn his whole life, and got this really cool lantern I'm gonna use. It's like a reflective tin, and got this mica, which is a mineral. Looks like plastic, but it's not. I'm gonna go grab a lighter, guys. I'll be right back. Again. Look at this kuksa wand on. Entertainment kuksa. Oh. Alright, I'm back again. Let's see. Alright. I'm really surprised at how well this thing works, and how well like candlelight's been working for my after dark streaming. See if this one will stay. I'll probably end up sticking this one in that little candle holder. Whoops. How's everyone doing tonight? Y'all doing good? I hope you are. Appreciate you guys tuning into this surprise stream. Just gonna lean that there. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, perfect. We're carving a kuksa, which is one of these. It's a cup, it's a bowl, it's portable, it's amazing. Tell your family, tell your friends. But yeah, we're just gonna keep at it. I should have grabbed safety glasses while I was gone. How long have you been doing woodworking? About 10 years, somewhere around there. I think, because this is starting out pretty round, I think I want to, I don't know, I think I want to make it just a little bit more oblong. I think I want it to kind of taper here, come out a little bit more, just to have a little bit more capacity. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I really like I don't like the perfectly round kuksas. They're kind of lame, in my opinion. I mean, they look fine. There are some really beautiful ones, but it seems like they're all that way. You guys can see a little bit better this way, I think. Almost to the point where I can't use this adze anymore. So we're going to have to switch to the chisel pretty soon here. Yeah, it's down there. Well, we're getting there. That's a bowl. I mean, I'm going to go a little bit bigger in the front. I don't want it too big in the... I like this general profile in the back here. I think, yeah, it's kind of a fake teardrop shape's kind of what I'm going for. I'm going to go for like how this tapers in the front, but I'm going to have this be a little bit thicker in the back and a little bit more circular. It's going to be, I mean, it is kind of faintly teardrop shaped almost, but a little bit more boat shaped. I think it'll look cool. Yeah, me too. Yeah, heck yeah. We'll get there. We'll see how much progress I can make before my wife comes home. Or before my phone does, actually. 35%? Yeah. We'll see. I'm a little, very excited today. I got a lot of really cool stuff at that auction. Some cool outdoor stuff, some nice tools for making things. I'm really psyched about this little anvil. I love this little anvil. Also got this little tiny baby vise. It just screws onto your table. I'm going to use this for probably jewelry, little fine things, make some little leather jaw covers. Oh, my wife's here. Nobody say anything mean. I love my wife so much. She's so cool. Oh. Respect. Yeah. Oh, that was weird. My chat just gave me a suggestion. It was like, put up a sticker. What's your favorite kind of soup? What's your guys' favorite kind of soup? Why wouldn't I just ask that? I like a good chicken noodle soup, but not like Oregon canned chicken noodle soup. My mom makes this really good chicken noodle soup where she uses egg noodles, and I just, that's like iconic chicken noodle soup to me. They accept no substitutes. Yeah, canned stuff sucks. It's got so much like crap in it. Let's see. Just about fist sized. We're just about there with the ads. I think we're going to transition to the chisel pretty soon here. The reason that you guys may be confused, I didn't really explain, but the reason I left this as a big piece and I'm carving the bowl out of it, beer cheese soup, that sounds awesome. The reason I'm leaving this as a big piece is because if I cut this down to like the final shape and then started working on the bowl, it'd be a real big pain in the butt because I wouldn't have nearly as much stuff to hold on to. But this is nice because it kind of acts like its own, it's kind of its own holder, kind of holds itself still. It's really nice. I'm gonna build like a, I don't know what they're called, but you basically take a log and you like cut a section out, and it's like this. And then you put your workpiece in and then wedge 2 wedges on either side. I want to make one of those and like have it be like a combination sawhorse as well. Homemade always wins unless you're so bad at cooking you burn water. Whoa, relax there. No. I'm all hopped up on excitement. Making a kuksa. Had a really cool day today. In a real good mood. The only way it would be better is if my family was here, but they're having a little family time with the in-laws, which is good. Got some family in out of town, but I got back a little too late to go to that, so I figured I'd kind of capitalize. We're going to switch to the bent gouge. What are we making? I am making a kuksa. One of these guys. It's going to be just about the same size, actually, it looks like. But I'm going to try to make this one a little deeper because I've got a bigger piece of wood. When I made this one, this was the center of the wood. And I mean, the log was literally just like that size. So I couldn't really make it much deeper. But this one I've got a nice big piece of oak. That first one was sycamore, which is okay, but I'm new here. What are you making, sir? I think I just answered you. Yeah. Yeah, just the kuksa today. Little cup bowl thing from Finland, I believe, is where they're originally from. But they're cool. They're like a little belt a belt bowl cup thing used by the Sami people, I believe. I believe it's Finnish. But yeah, we're just working on the bowl section. This will be nice too, because this wood's been dead for a while, so you see those cracks. I also didn't want to get the whole entire shape carved just to find cracks. I'd rather just carve the bowl because, like, I mean, I've only been streaming 25 minutes and I've almost got the bowl to where I want it. Yeah, this is leaving a nice clean cut on the bottom there. You can kind of see my lighting's kind of bad. It's candles. Looks very beautiful. I bet that's gonna be beautiful. You add oil at the end. Yes, I do. Since kuksas are for like drinks and food, I always use a food safe oil. My go-to is olive oil. Some people say it'll go rancid pretty quick instead of like a mineral oil, like a food safe mineral oil. But I mean, I've always got olive oil in my house, so I just use that. And yeah, it works pretty well. I'll hit it with I'll let it soak in beeswax, or not beeswax. I'll let it soak in olive oil, put like a healthy coating on, let it soak in as much as it wants of that, and then I'll what I'll typically do is I'll do like a beeswax finish where I'll rub like a really, I make these little blocks of beeswax. I'll rub it on and then I'll kind of heat it up a little bit and let it melt in a little bit. And it makes a really good coating. I don't do that on the inside though, just on the outside with the beeswax. Because I usually use my kuksas for soup and coffee. Yeah, appreciate you guys all joining me. Yeah, usually my live streams I've been doing blacksmith stuff, but my last two have been wood carving because I got all this. I got a bunch of oak that's it's like half dead and half alive. It's kind of weird because like as I'm cutting it, it feels very much alive. It may just be dead and soaked, but I'm not really sure. I think, yeah. What I'll pretty much do is I'll get the rough inside done, and then I'll start shaping this big log and cutting it down a little bit. Dead actually does. Well, that's cool. Yeah, it's really it's been really encouraging seeing, like, I feel like blacksmithing, like, it was starting to die out, you know, 20-30 years ago. I'd only ever seen one blacksmith ever, and I feel like with like stuff like Forged in Fire and the popularity of YouTube, with a lot of stuff on YouTube, I feel like traditional craftsmanship is making a comeback and people are getting really interested in that instead of the, you know, soulless corporate crap that keeps getting, you know, it gets shoved down our throat. I think as a society we're kind of moving away from that, and I really love to see that. I'm getting to just about the end of where I can use this bent gouge. Turn this garage into a workspace. Yeah, heck yeah. I'm trying to do the same with me right now. I've been doing all my forging right here outside. I'm just in my yard. I need to get my anvil back inside soon because it's starting to rust. But yeah, winter's coming. I mean, today was like, where I'm at was like 70 degrees. I think I actually got like a little sunburn, a little red in a couple spots. It's crazy because like a couple days ago it was so cold that I was shivering outside doing my last live stream. I watched Forged in Fire with my dad all the time. Yeah, it's a cool show. Blacksmith is like, I make knives and stuff. Well, I mean, that's a bladesmith, but I forge, you put hot steel, or you get steel really hot and then you hammer it out and make tools and all kinds of stuff. I have some live streams saved if you wanted to check those out later. But yeah, I make some cool stuff. I mostly have done knives because that's mostly what people want. And it's like, it's fun to watch, and honestly, it's fun to make. I love making knives. Yeah, I think, because I'm definitely not getting this kuksa finished tonight, because it's already getting pretty late. Do you hunt? Hey, hold on. Somebody works in the middle, makes things like knives. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way to describe it. Do I hunt? I would. I'm gonna try to go on a hunting trip later this year, but I gotta go get my licenses and all that and do all that. You gotta go through like classes in my state and do a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah. The answer is kind of. I would if I could. The Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know. I don't do armor. I mean, I could take a whack at it. That'd be kind of cool. I used to be pretty big into Marvel back in the day, kind of. I just kind of kind of fell out of it, honestly, after Stanley passed away. I don't think it's really been the same, personally, but I'm in the United States. I live in Missouri. This bowl's definitely, we're definitely getting there with this bowl. She's pretty deep. I'm used to carving really dead wood. I mean, I think this is green. This has to be green because you can feel the moisture. It doesn't like crackle. Yeah. And the nice part about another reason I like to carve the bowl first before I carve the handle and carve the rest of the outside is I can decide which side I want to put a handle on. Because if I like this is kind of more of a oval, which I usually do like that teardrop shape, but I'm kind of liking this. But it tapers more towards this side, so I kind of, at this moment, I want to put a handle there. But if I start carving this out and messing with this, and change the shape, which sometimes you have to chase a pinhole, which is just like a little hole that a bug, like a grub or something that's like burrowed through, you have to kind of chase those holes out. Sometimes it goes all the way to the end, all the way to the outside, and your piece is not usable. There are ways to fix that though, but rest in peace, Stanley. Oh, whenever I hear Stanley, I think of the Flat Stanley book. How do you not get splinters? I don't know. Sometimes I do. I mean, I think it's honestly calluses. I mean, my hands get beat pretty good. I mean, I got some wounds right here from, I don't know, something. Probably carving wood, honestly. But they just kind of happen. I don't really notice anymore. I'm just gonna try to. With this, it's nice to come from this one direction, and you'll get like these raised bits. See how, like right down here, it's kind of got these chips. To get rid of those, you come from the other direction and you just meet it halfway. You may have to go back and forth a couple times. There you go. They just pop out. So it's debatable, green wood versus dried out wood. There's pluses and minuses to both. There's benefits and issues with either. So green wood is easier on your tools. It's easier to carve. I think you can do certain stuff a little bit easier. Like carving out this bowl is way easier. I'd only be like halfway done. Half as far as I am if this was dead wood. I probably would have had to sharpen my chisel before now, or my gouge rather. But it's a lot easier to carve. But the thing that sucks about green wood is oh hey, thanks for subscribing. Cool. Heck yeah. But one bad thing about green wood is if I let this dry out too quick, it'll split and it'll ruin it. Dried out wood is not like that. It's already pre-dried, so I don't have to worry about it drying out too quick. Ooh, I'm actually gonna real quick. I gotta get this bark off of this side so I can see where the actual end of the bark is in the underbark, because you don't want to include that in your design. You can kind of see, hopefully, you see this line right here, how it goes down and it gets darker right there. I'm gonna have to take all that off, so it's a good thing that I thought about that before I got too far. It just means I'm gonna have to carve a little deeper if I want the capacity that I want to have on here. I do not have a knife on me. They're all sitting over there. Pick this up at the auction today, actually, too. We'll use this littler guy. It's like kind of like a corn knife parang thing that this guy had carved or made. Try this out. Oh, that's pretty dull. But yeah, we're gonna. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. I just have to carve a little deeper than I had it. I had my Japanese. My nata out. There it is. This thing's awesome. Oh, it's a it's like an axe knife combo, and it's really good for making really straight planes. It's also good for splitting. It's like specifically made for splitting wood. So if you're into the bushcraft thing, if you're from that part of my YouTube channel, because I do outdoor stuff mostly, if you baton wood at all, which is where you set it on the oh my gosh, I'm too flustered. You set it on the end of a piece of wood, like so, and then you use another stick to beat it through. It's called batoning, and I use that a lot for really precise cuts, especially for like making stuff. But a lot of people say they use it for getting the dry wood to wet conditions, which, like, you know, it's valid for that too. But let's see, did that before I knew that it splits. I literally cried. All right, you have a good night, Possum Pookie. Thanks for joining me while you were here. Hope you have a good one. Be safe out there. All right. Just about under all this bark. It's kind of better anyway. And then I can level it off at the ends too. Make it a pretty flat piece. Get a more realistic sight of where the top of this is going to be. Yeah. I think we're going to come from this other way. You guys can see a little better. Yeah, I really like this thing because it's got a chisel grind. And that means that it can chop pretty straight down and doesn't want to try to dig into the wood like more, because it's got this, it's flat on this side. Try to get this where you guys can see it's flat, so it just kind of slides along the surface of the wood. But yeah, I think whenever I get done carving this, or yeah, making this into an actual kuksa, I'm going to do some coal rosing, which is some traditional engraving. See, like this section feels very much dried out. Like down here, like, sounds dry. This up here, also dry, but it feels green. It's weird. Now, to be fair, I've never really worked. Oh no, my gouge. Put a scratch in my handle. Dang. Yeah, I've never really worked with this kind of. I've never worked with oak. I usually work in sycamore because the main forests that I go to have a lot of sycamore. Wow, this looks like a hot mess. Oh, sorry, had that off screen. But yeah, it has a lot of sycamore, and whenever storms come through, they tend to blow over once they get big enough. I think that's good. We got through the inner bark. Man, I left that pretty ugly. I'll have to clean that up for sure. Probably use the axe for that. Well, shoot. We're just going to use the axe now, because there's some on this side that needs to come off. I can be a little more precise with the axe. I find that's a little easier to control. I think probably just because I'm more used to it. Man, I really came in and messed this up. Now my bowl's way more shallow than it was, because it was all the way up to my knuckles. Now it's barely past my first knuckle. That's what I get for not prepping the wood up properly. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go back to the adze, because I want to start getting some more of this material off now that I've messed it up a little bit. I think we're gonna widen it a bit, because it got a little bit smaller in every direction, which is awesome. Not. That way I can get past some of the cut marks I made. See, we're kind of opening that up a little bit more now. Oh no. See this knot here? How that comes out like that? Hopefully we'll be able to carve past this. Ooh. But that dark spot there is bad news. Oh man. I mean, we would have ran into it eventually anyway, but we're going to come in with the chisel now. Hopefully be able to chase that out. Hopefully it's just a little spot where the tree got damaged when it was younger. No. Chat, we are cooked. But yeah, this is all dead wood in here. Right there. I don't know how well you guys can see it. We're gonna do our best. Try to get in there and chase it out, but it's not looking like it's. I'm not very hopeful, because it just keeps getting bigger. This could just be a branch that died when the tree was pretty young. Oh, no. This happened last time I tried to carve a kuksa, and then it ended up being a really long bowl. Because it's like, in order to chase that out, I have to keep moving more and more this way. Man. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. I'm thinking it goes all the way to here, which means that there's a trail all the way to it. Heartbreaking, chat. It may just be a weird long bowl. Or potentially firewood. If I can't get that out of there. It doesn't. Oh, guys, we may be at the end of it. Cut down a maple tree that has a hollow on the inside. Stump was completely filled with piss from raccoons. Yep. Yep. Seen many of those trees. I think actually my first giveaway, I think that one of the trees I put it in, or the tree that I put it in, had a little bit of squirrel or raccoon pee. I didn't notice till after I left that my hands definitely smelled like some sort of pee. You guys see that okay? It's not looking good. All this 48 minutes of work gone down the drain. Maybe. Let's get some clovers in the chat for good luck. Fingers crossed emojis. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a longer kuksa than I wanted it to be. Oh, it looks like it's getting bigger. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just that whole branch. Heartbreaking. Thanks, Zero Agenda. I appreciate you. Man. We're going to try. We're going to hold out hope. Well, you know. Alright, watch your eyes, everyone. I lost my flashlight. Oh, it's over here. Oh, shoot, that's bright. Man, that's rough. It seems... Ow. It seems somewhat solid, guys. I might be able to pull it off. If I can get this part to end, this stuff over here is just kind of dark. Hopefully, I'm going to try with the ads. Come in from the top. I mean, this is going to be a longer kuksa. I mean, it's going to be probably the length of, probably about the size of this one, hopefully. Doesn't get any longer than that, but we're going to come in and be a little aggressive with it. I mean, worst case scenario, I just turn this into a bowl that's like long, like maybe another dough bowl, which if that is the case, I already have one of those. I carved out a sycamore, and I'll probably sell it on Etsy. But I really wanted to do a kuksa. I've been trying to carve a kuksa for like 3 months. Man, yeah, we gotta chase that out. Hold out hope, chat. They're not cooked yet. I think I've got enough skibbity riz to undo this Ohio mess. Ignore me. I'm tired, guys. That was really cringy. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, there's like 10 people left. Oh my god. Can we get F's in the chat for me? Come in from the other side. This is why it's important when you're picking a workpiece for something like this to make sure there's no knots. I thought there wasn't any. I just didn't see that. Now I know there was one back here, a little bit of a knot, but I wasn't too worried about that. What do we think? We think we keep chasing it, or do we think we start fresh over here? Or what do we think? Make it a bowl? I think we keep chasing it. Definitely getting dull. Man, what a bummer. If it survives, if I can get past that point, it may make some really nice for some nice grain pattern when I put oil on this at the end. Man, it's pretty soft. Yeah, it's pretty punky in there. I'm gonna have to either switch tools or sharpen this gouge real quick, because it's getting pretty dull. Big oof. I may just call it here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to open up this other part anyway, whether I make it into a bowl or just continue trying to get in here. So we're gonna go ahead and start shaping it the rest of the way like I'm gonna keep it. But if this is what I think it is, then this cup will not hold liquid. And that kind of defeats, that's kind of like the whole point of a cup, you know. Oh, I'll tell you guys a funny story. So the other day, my last live stream where I carved like that spatula, I hopped off to go try streaming on Twitch and on TikTok just to try it out, see how it worked, see if I'd get any decent numbers on there as well, because if I got good numbers on there, I'd, you know, do multi-streams where I get streams from both, you know, all three. But it was really funny. Twitch only had one person like the whole time I was on there. And to be fair, I only gave it like 15 minutes where I was like, well, there's only one person and they're not talking to me at all, so I'm just gonna go. And then I went to TikTok, and people would come in and then leave like the second they got in, and I only had one person stay for more than like 5 seconds. And I was doing some carving. I think I was carving a spoon at that point. And I told her, I was like, well, I guess since it's us, I can tell you like random weird fun facts. And I told her, and it might mess with your guys' head too. I said, look around. Okay, you guys too. I said, look around your room and look at anything. Pick any one object in your room that you can see, and your tongue knows exactly what that thing feels like, without fail. Without thinking about it, your tongue just knows. You can imagine the sensation of anything in the room on your tongue. And I told her that, and she was like, oh my god, without hesitation, I totally could. She made a TikTok about it and tagged me in, and I thought that was pretty funny. She was like, this guy blew my mind. He's like, I was just watching him carve a spoon and he melted my brain. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm just going to stick with YouTube for the most part. Not even because those two are unsuccessful, but it's like, I don't like TikTok. I'm not wild about the whole short form content thing. I don't think it's good for us, like consuming, you know, one thing after another. Yeah, it is true, Zero. It's I don't even remember where I heard that first, but I was like, oh, that's really weird. And I'm sure that comes from us, like, you know, when we're kids and babies and stuff, how we initially start processing things is with our mouths. We start putting, you know, random stuff in our mouths. I've got a 2-year-old daughter, and I'm sure if you guys, almost 2, I'm sure you guys know, if you have kids, that they will put anything they find in their mouths. Yo, what's up? Hey, Tony! We got Tony here. He's the first guy who found one of my 500 subscriber mini giveaway things. He found a cool arrowhead I'd cast. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of carving tonight, Tony. Just carving a kuksa. Just this little guy. I'm trying. Right now we're chasing out. Oh, I did figure out who found the coin. He just, I don't think he wanted to post it. He found it on Facebook, but it has been found. But yeah, it was one of my buddies, one of my coworkers who lives down the street from the park where I put it. So he just went and grabbed it really quick. I think he got it within like 20 minutes of me posting that video. The next one's coming soon. I've just been pretty busy. I've been waiting on for my big giveaway. Awesome sauce, yeah. But I've been waiting on some supplies for my big giveaway. I had to order some stuff. Special type of steel for the I'm making a flint and steel kit. I ordered the steel and it was supposed to be here on the 2nd. and that did not happen. So I have some, it should be here tomorrow, but I also work the rest of the weekend. I was off today. I had an auction I went to, got a bunch of cool outdoor and blacksmithing stuff. Yeah, man, this may just have to be a long bowl, or like a weird little bowl. Ready for the hunt? Yeah. Oh, okay. So, as someone who's participated in the scavenger hunt, would you, like, do you want it to just be the cast stuff? Because, like, I had a couple people tell me it's like, oh, you should forge something and hide that, but, like, I'm trying to think of what I would do, because it's like, if I did a fire steel and nobody finds it, it'll rust really quick. But, I was thinking about, I carved this spatula the other night. Let me go grab it. It's actually right over here. I was thinking about doing this spatula, giving it away, because I do a lot of different stuff besides just metal casting. So I kind of want the giveaway to kind of be representative of my skill set. My water. I should drink some of that. But I carved this guy. It's not completely done. I still want to do, I need to do work on there, but I carved a spatula. Would this be like too lame to give away? Yeah, spatula. But yeah, it's almost done. It's still got to dry out a little bit. But do you think this would be like too lame? You like that? Okay, cool. I worried like, it's like our metal arrowhead pendant. Oh, cool, weird, lucky coin thing, and then a wooden spatula. Turned out awesome. Thank you. Yeah. I didn't really like the shape that I originally had with it. So I decided to do this kind of like wiggly thing, and I like the way it kind of went down this way. I still have work to do on it. It's still pretty rough, but yeah, I still gotta like treat it, and it's almost dry. Not for a chef. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. But yeah, it's like I use wooden spatulas all the time out in the woods. But like yeah, maybe I'll do that, or like I carved a little spoon too, a little pocket spoon. Maybe I'll do something like that. Just because I wanted to carve a knife, or I wanted to forge a knife for it, but I was thinking about that. It's like if someone who's under 18 grabs that, I don't think that'd be good. Took my dog on a walk. Heck yeah. But yeah, welcome back. I thought about doing a knife. Man, bugs keep flying into these candles I'm using to illuminate my area over here, and they smell like burning hair. It's terrible. But I can't do a knife because I don't want some kid to find it, or, you know, if someone under 18 gets it, I think, you know, that could be like a legal thing. Fire steel, I feel like, would rust out too soon if someone doesn't find it right off the bat. I do make these really cool, like, forged Thor's hammer fire steels. Yeah. Flint fire kit, yeah, that's going to be for the big giveaway. I even made like a belt pouch for it. I just got to wait for the steel to get in, and I should be able to finish that. I'm doing a video for it. The way you'll like do that, I'll probably have you like say some specific thing, be like, congrats on 5, like, or say the word 500 in the comments. And there's these websites where you can have it pick a random comment that uses that word. There are cats fighting like 10 feet away from me. Can you guys hear that? Heck yeah. It's always really cool to get like tools and things passed down from family members. I think those are like the most special things you can have. These cats. Now there's a dog. Yeah, they're pretty pissed. They're fighting each other. Now some random dogs in here. It is absolute bedlam at the Mystic Forge homestead right now. By that I mean my yard. Yeah. Man. I'm still really bummed about this, guys. I'm trying to stay positive. I mean, but it's already... It's pretty big for a kuksa. And it's like a soft enough wood where it's not wanting to carve right either. And I worry I'm going to keep going down and just open it up more and more. Yeah, it's definitely from there. The branch that died early on and the tree just kind of surrounded it. It'd be like that sometimes. Some of my favorite projects are things that don't exist anymore. I carved this really nice, it was a plate. And these cats, dude. I carved a really nice plate and then it like split. I mean, it was really cool. And I was heartbroken because I spent a lot of time carving it. I mean, this one I've spent like already an hour on. What tree? It is an oak tree. I believe it's a pin oak or a white oak. But yeah, we got this spot here, which is just getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep chasing it. Worst case scenario, I just end up with a bowl instead of a kuksa, but it's not gonna be a usable bowl. Yeah, see this side of the wood, you can kind of see where the line is right here, where it's like this is a lot thicker than the other stuff. I'm having trouble carving this like this. This carves beautifully like it's green wood. Really easy. This stuff, my gouge is just sliding right off. At first I thought it was because my gouge was getting dull, but sorry about that, gotta hydrate. But I am quickly believing that that is not the case. Should get a headlamp. Man. Chat, we're cooked. I would say, man, it's like I'm tempted to just like try to start over on one of these other parts, but like I hate that I wasted this piece of wood for this. I mean, it would have been a waste no matter what I tried to make just because of that spot. What's going on with these dogs? Someone's doing that brujeria. Upsetting the dogs. Alright, we'll persevere. Man, it just goes deeper and deeper. That's what she said. I'm in rare form today, guys. I apologize for my silly jokes. Unless you like them, then I don't apologize. And the thing is like it feels soft. I made that joke and 3 people. Oh, more people came back or here. Welcome, other people. We out here carving a kuksa. Bro. Alright, I gotta touch up this gouge really quick. Look at this spatula one done. It looks like a flower. Whoa. Okay. Apologies. Back. Wow, 8 people now. So, we're going to touch up this gouge a bit with a strop. Sharpen it back up just a little bit. Just to get it cutting a little better. How's everyone doing? All the new peoples. You know what? Actually, the old people too. Everyone who's been here. How you guys all doing tonight? You guys doing good? Family's okay? Oh, we're so back. I may say just screw it. I'm going to switch to the spoon knife. I can really get in there and crank on it. But yeah, well, let's just say I would. This log here. I don't think I'm going to post this one. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Tired. Get my YouTube channel deleted for making dumb jokes. What kind of music do you guys like listening to? Everyone likes a good dad joke. I am a dad. Every joke I make is in fact a dad joke. I appreciate your support. Oh, we're making a little progress. Maybe. You know, I think we've just about got it, guys. Famous last words. Yeah, I think everyone does like dad jokes. My wife all the time is like, I love your jokes so much. They're not annoying or cringy. You're so cool and funny, babe. And I say, oh, thank you. And she hits me. I'm just kidding. She can go about that. Alright. Oh, boy. Man, I could have been almost done with this thing if it wasn't for this stupid knot. But it's good that it got exposed now. Before it could ruin my day after I get done carving the whole thing. Just to find out there's a hole that goes through it. I don't think it's too ridiculously big. For the bowl portion. Please, just go away. I think there's another deer coming. Sorry. Just making sure I'm not going to get attacked by a deer. It happens more often than you think. Hey deer, go on get. Not want to startle a deer. Get hoofed to death, to unalived. In my yard, thanks YouTube. Yeah, it's I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's big and it just keeps getting bigger. Welcome, Lingo. Doing some kuksa carving, mostly failing. We've got this big dark spot right here that means that this thing's not going to work. So that's really fun. We're seeing if we can chase out this imperfection, get past it, because if not, this is a total failure. Kind of important for a cup to be able to hold liquid and not leak. Watch your eyes. You know? Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, so the stuff on this... Well, you guys can't see. Hold on. So the stuff on the sidewall, this is just punky heartwood. That's punky. This stuff down here that I've been chasing like a dummy is regular heartwood, which... That's that center part there. The hole, which I should have noticed that earlier. But you can see there, right there, that it's just darker. And what that is that's the older wood. Older wood that's just, it dies, and it's like the center of the trees are always dead. That's why some of them, whenever you cut them open, they'll be rotten on the inside, and there'll be like a big cavern. But, that's what happens, because that'll rot. They'll get a cut somewhere in the up high in the tree, and like rainwater, other liquids will pour in and make it rot out, and mold, and makes the tree disease. And then the tree just happens to survive it. Hopefully. Most of the time. Sometimes they don't. So I think I'm gonna keep carving it like I normally would. We're just gonna pretend that everything is fine. Let's gaslight ourselves into thinking everything is fine. So I'm just going to even up this bowl now. Whoop. Even this up. Yeah, we're just going to even it up. I mean, I could also drill out this and put a peg in there, and it would probably work just fine. If I do end up doing that, I don't think this will be the one that I'm going to trade, unless he's okay with knowing that. You know, okay with having one that's technically defective. I also probably won't sell it on Etsy. I'll probably just keep it as a personal thing. A reminder to check your pieces of wood better before you start carving on them for an hour and a half. But, you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you'll find you can get what you need. And what that is a valuable learning experience in this case. I was definitely pretty hasty when I started this. It's funny, because if I would have looked at this and noticed this knot and started literally, instead of starting this here, if I had started this here, this whole thing would be completely fine. Probably. But yeah. Yeah, it just be like that sometimes. You live, you learn, you stand tall in the shadows of your own failure, and keep a good attitude. That's all you can do in life. So yeah, fill it with some food grade epoxy. I would. I mean, I could do that. I could realistically do that. But, I might do that. That's a good idea. I just worry, even if it's food grade, you know, I worry that it's gonna kind of be, I don't know, not good. Oh, hold on. I don't know. I'm gonna see, and that's another thing about carving the bowl first, is now I know that this is here. If I put the handle here on this side, there's much more of a potential for me to be able to save that with the handle. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut this off here. Oh, but the food grade epoxy thing, that is a good idea. I'm gonna look into that. Actually, I got some saws today. Where'd those go? I'm gonna look into that. But kuksas are usually made for like coffee and soups and stuff. Oh, let's see. We'll try this guy out. Picked up this really nice antique saw. It comes down to a really thin tip, which is weird, but you know, whatever. Picked this guy up at a auction today. So we're going to cut it about 2 inches. Yeah, we're going to cut it about 2 inches from the end of the bowl. Wow. Streaming kills my battery like super fast. There's always a solution. Learning that in my ripe old age of 30. Yeah. No, there always is. You're right. That's kind of why I'm carrying on, you know. Because normally, if I had found that and I wasn't, you know, if I was just doing it for myself, I'm going to be honest, I'd probably just give up on that piece and turn it into a bowl or do something with it. This saw can suck, I'm not gonna lie. This might be like, teeth are pretty fine on that. Let me go to my other saw, little folding saw. Oh yes, I already feel that cutting way better. I need to set up a sawhorse. I need to make a sawhorse. Probably will. I've probably got a good piece over there for it. I may have a couple old saws sitting around that I could possibly be of use. I'll take a gander and let you know. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think, because I got like 4 of these big saws actually from that auction today. 3 or 4. And I kind of wanted to try to make smaller, like portable saws with them. I usually have my Baco Laplander saw, but it is put away somewhere. Got put in a tote. Welcome to the live stream, by the way, Colton. Appreciate you watching. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been here, if you heard the results of my TikTok and Twitch live streams the other day, but they were bad. I had like 1 viewer on both. I actually came back and did another YouTube live stream later that night just to finish up a spoon I had started carving for one of the other live streams, and just joined in, yeah. But yeah, it was a failure. And it's just, I don't have any presence on Twitch. I mean, I've literally done nothing with Twitch. TikTok, literally all I do on there is post literally just post my shorts from YouTube. I really don't like TikTok. My candle! Oh no! Got that all over my axe sheath. That's cool. Wax is good for it. It's fine. Oh, I got it all over me too. I didn't even feel that crazy. But yeah, it was a pretty big failure. Like literally one person on each watched. Came back here, finished it out. It was much like tonight. Like when I started this live stream, I had like, I don't know, like 100 and something people watching for a hot minute. And then I think people don't like the dark. I think YouTube is your niche. This year's subscriber counts continue to rise. What am I at right now? I know, sorry, I don't mean to like keep asking you that, but I don't want to accidentally close out the live stream. But yeah, I like YouTube. I used to be very into the survival community on YouTube. I used to talk to all the big people in both like the knife review world and the survival channel world. But yeah, I think you're right about the YouTube, honestly. It's like YouTube is definitely big on the survival niche. 653. There's another deer coming. These deers that live in town are just, they don't care. They don't give a crap. I had one last night on my last live stream come up and like get like 10 feet away from me. 653, that's awesome. I was at 628, I think, when I started this live stream. So these live streams really give me a lot of subscribers. It's really cool. It's really tempting to just be like a live streamer, to be honest, because like I get way better subscribers, I get way better interactions with people. I like the ability to like chat with people live. I think that's really cool. It seems like a lot of my last like normal videos haven't been really getting very good numbers. I mean, they've been kind of weird. It's not like my normal like survival outdoor bushcraft stuff. I only do YouTube. Short form videos are not my thing. Yeah, same. I joined late because I was hunting and I missed a nice buck. Oh, that's a bummer. That sucks. You'll get one. But yeah, it's yeah, I think YouTube's gonna be my home. That's kind of wanted to experiment. I might try Kick as well. I keep getting suggested to go there. Apparently there's a thing where if you like, you can sign, I'm not gonna do this, but you can sign a contract and get like, you only can exclusively stream on Kick. But also it's like, I don't know how, I've never seen anyone do like blacksmithing live streams or like woodworking live streams like I do. I've seen like flint knappers and a couple other things, but I'm not saying I'm like unique. I'm sure they're out there. I find most of these days that if I'm on YouTube, I'm on YouTube, like streaming or whatever. But yeah, it's really tempting to just do the live streams because I don't have to edit. I don't have to do anything except for just hang out. It's like no editing. The only thing that sucks is I can't live stream from the woods because I don't have signal. Signal out here even sometimes gets spotty. And I'm like 50 feet from my Wi-Fi box. It definitely did not cut that. Straight across. I'm gonna try to break this. I don't know, and YouTube just like seems more like personal. Like I've got my like repeat people like you, Colton, Zero Agenda, Virginia Bushcrafter hops in sometimes, some other friends and stuff. So it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a little more personal. Like on TikTok, I don't think there's very many people who follow me on my TikTok that know me. So it's like a little bit different, but yeah, I think YouTube's where I'm gonna be sticking with for a long time. Wait, the wife and I are running a few errands now. I'll hop off, but I'll catch up as I can. Yeah, cool. You have a good night, man. I know my phone's on like 12%. But yeah, drive safe out there. Watch out for deer. But thanks for hopping in. I appreciate it. Let's see. Trying to figure out. How cut this is. Because I feel like I've been sewing on this for like 30 minutes. Yeah, this saw is definitely not as good as my Baco lap liner. Let's see, do I have anything I can break down here? Let's see. Right there. Nope. Like, so close. I just want to start carving on this thing, dude. You know what? I think I'm gonna baton this in half and hopefully not cut the entirety of the way through my kuksa. I don't think you guys can see very well. Bam! Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna try to baton this, and if it doesn't work, you know, that's what I get for rushing. You'll know if you see a blade start coming through here. Oh, that's way too bright. There we go. I have lost, there it is. So we're gonna go, that's pretty deep. We're gonna try, we'll like hit like you know what? Do we risk it, chat, or will we be patient? Let's see what you say. But I love the content. I think it will continually grow. People love the variety. Definitely keep it interesting and ever-changing. Oh, thank you. I think that's something I really like about doing the YouTube thing, is I can kind of pick and choose what interest I want to deal with, as long as it's kind of, you know, outdoorsy. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna risk it. Show you guys some batoning. We're gonna cut a good inch off the back. Unless it's too loud, I don't want to bother my neighbors too much. Oh, there it is. I see a blade go through that bowl part. It's over. I'm only doing a little bit, so it should be fine. Yeah. Oh, you guys can't even see. That's a spoon there. Let's get one. Oh, there's that big knot in the way. No wonder. Welp. Poo. Also pretty loud. Man. Yeah, it's pretty loud. I don't want to bother my neighbors too much. We'll do a couple more whacks. We'll call that good. Well, we're just going to saw it. So I get for trying to be lazy. Ooh. Have you done any napping? I have. I actually just recently started practicing napping. I think I do want to do, let's see, I think I want to start doing some napping live streams. I'm not very good yet. I've made like one good arrowhead. But yeah, made one good arrowhead, and I made a bunch of little tiny itty bitty little guys. I mean, less than an inch. Let me try this out. Got to readjust my lighting a bit. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, we're just, man, I see we're almost through this. I wonder if I can just, nope. Oh, there's like a whole like 4-inch solid chunk in the middle of this. I'm strong, but I'm not that strong. Yeah, I like napping. Like, I've mostly done arrowheads. I don't know if I want to do knives, because it's like, I don't know, like, my mentality on it is like, it's cool, it's very traditional, you know, doing, you know, practicing an ancestral skill like that is like really cool, but it's like, I don't know, I have a really stupid thing where if I feel like something's not practical enough, I can't force myself to learn it. Like, because it's like, I know realistically it's like, okay, yes, if I was completely empty-handed in the woods and I needed to make a knife for whatever reason, I could do that. I have the knowledge to do that. But I can't think of a single situation where I would be in the woods and not have a knife on me. Because it's like, I always keep a multi-tool on me, which has a couple different knives. I gotta move this candle, it's gonna burn my phone. Ooh, mood lighting. But it's like, I always keep a knife on me. I always have a belt knife. And it's like, yeah, you can argue, oh, maybe that would fall out. But yeah, I don't know, the arrowheads are different because it's like, I don't carry arrowheads. Plus I think it'd be cool to hunt actually with an arrowhead that I napped. Wow. Okay, we're gonna do that. I think that's a little bit better. I'm tracking like a lot of bugs. What is going on with this log, guys? This thing is freaking... I need to just... I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go crazy on this thing. There we go. Jeez. Did not cut that evenly, so I was cutting like a big freaking spiral in it. And this whole like center part was still there. Alright, but it's done. Pretty good looking, am I right? Yeah. Drink your coffee out of there. It's done. Not mine. It did work. It sure did. Oh man. All you gotta do is be a little bit crazy. Wow, wow. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start shaping this. Yeah, you can see that spot that I've been chasing. This is where it comes out. Goes from right there all the way to there. I'll put a peg in it. I'll use it for my own personal stuff. It won't be good enough, I think, for a trade or to sell, unless it's like severely discounted. We're going to come in from the side. Yeah. Alright. This may be too loud. What is rattling? That's probably where the noise is coming from. I'm definitely shaking you guys a lot. Is that too much? Too much shaking? Yeah, it might be too late in the night. We're about to hit quiet time in my town. There's sound ordinances. After a certain time, it's 7 o'clock here. So I may have to call this quits for tonight, just because I don't want to be loud. I don't want to be rude to my neighbors. Yeah, I may have to call it there, guys. Oh yeah, my phone's on 5% anyway. Yep. Alright, the universe has aligned to make this the end of the live stream. Anyway. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I appreciate you guys hanging out, everyone who stuck it out. I know this live stream was Probably not my best work, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me anyway. You know what? Oh yeah, it's on 4% now. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You guys have a great night. Thank you, Zero Agenda. You have a great night too. You guys have a really good night. Get out in the woods, stay safe, carve something, and if you're gonna live stream, plan better than I did. You guys have a great night. Oh, I didn't even hit the X button. Oh. Oh. All right. Have a good night. Oh my God.